Good morning. It is, well, I keep thinking it's Saturday, but it's not. It's Friday. I should be in work, but I'm on annual leave, so is Dan. So it feels like today's Saturday. So I've got that Saturday feeling because I don't like Saturdays because I never know what kind of noise I'm going to be faced with. Yeah, so I've got that sort of anxious Saturday feeling, but it's Friday. I have somehow started doing something that I didn't intend to do. I have two boxes that have been on the floor in the kitchen for ages. One is full of stuff that needs mending, and some of the stuff has been in there for over a year. So I need to go through that. And the other one was stuff left over from when I was doing some sewing recently. I shoved it all in a box and thought I'll come back to it and never did. And it wasn't that recently, to be honest. So I'm sorting that out and getting it ready to put where it ought to be. So I've got a bunch of fabric that I didn't end up making things with. So I'm going to put that in my fabric storage. I've got a zipped blanket storage thing where I keep all my fabrics. I'm going to put that there out of the way. And then I've got some bags that I made quite a while ago now, and I haven't actually got round to finishing them. So I made this little pouch which I really like. However, the zip is rubbish, it keeps catching. Was that the reason I didn't like it? Oh no, it wasn't that. I made the zip too small, really. So I don't know if I'll use it for anything or not. I don't know. I'll have a little think about that one. But I made these dodgy bags and they all need drawstrings, and I want to do drawstring casings rather than just tying them in a knot. I want to sew little pockets around the end of the drawstring. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got some white drawstring here. I'm going to put the drawstrings in and get that ready and maybe cut the fabric, and I might get my sewing machine out later to mend the sheet that I was talking about earlier in Vlogtober that ripped and I need to fix. Phoebe's just got up, but I'll cut the bit out where she walks behind me because I'm sure she doesn't want to appear on YouTube the moment she gets out of bed. But you will hear her moving about. Are you coming back? Okay. Phoebe has now left the room. Yeah, so I've got these 3 dodgy bags that I want to put the drawstrings on and do the drawstring tabs. So I'm going to do that, and then, yeah, if I get my sewing machine out to mend the sheet, then I can do that all at the same time. I don't want to do any sewing, mainly because it means I have to get everything out, set it up on the table, get ready to do all the sewing, do the sewing, and then put everything away. It's just such a pain because I don't have a dedicated room or space for, we don't have the space for that, for crafting. Everything has to go away. I'm sure loads of you are in exactly the same position. And then I've got some bags of old. So this is one of the first sewing projects I ever did. I made a shoulder bag out of this fabric that was from IKEA at the time, and I put on a button that I bought in France years and years ago. I lined it with yellow and I was so pleased with this. I even put a pocket in, and I adored this, but I never ever use it. It's not the kind of setup of a bag that I like or anything. So I'm thinking I might convert it to a drawstring bag and use it as a project bag. Because I could just cut off the handle here and then unpick the top, use the handle to make drawstring casing, sew it in, and voila. And then at least it will get some use and I'll still have the memory of it, rather than it just living with no purpose. And I might even just leave the button on just as decoration. Yeah, I might do that. And then there's another similar situation. I made this bag ages ago as well, just as like a shopper. But I would normally put 2 handles, and I only did 1, and as a result I never use it because I just don't like the way it sits like that. So again, I think I'm gonna, these are actually sewn into the lining, so I'm gonna unpick the top and turn it into a drawstring. No, I'm not. I'm going to unpick the top. I'm going to cut the long handle and I'm going to make it into 2 short handles. And then it will be a shopper bag like I would use. That's what I'm going to do. So that's going to be another one for modifying, but I don't know when I'm going to get around to doing this. But I'm going to write these ideas on post-its, put them with the bag, so when I come back to it, I know what I meant. Then this one I was thinking of converting. I love this bag. Again, one of the first things I ever made. This was made out of an old corduroy cushion cover, in this gorgeous mustard colour that I found in a charity shop. And I made it into this bag and I lined it with this fabric that they were doing in Hobbycraft at the time. This was years ago. And I just loved the combination of colours. I loved the prints. I even did little rubbish applique bits on the outside. And I love this bag. But actually, there's nothing wrong with it. So I could actually just use it. So I'm going to. I might put it in my cart with my shopping bags, or I might just put it in my little box in the hallway where I keep my bags. And then lastly, I've got this bag. When we were having a clear out in Lilia's room, it was in there. It's another bag that I'd made. I've given it a wash. That she kept toys in at one point. It's just lined with an organic cotton. Again, I'm not going to use a bag like this. So I'm going to cut about there. Cut across there. So it's that shape and size. And I'm going to use the remaining fabric to make drawstring casing and turn it into a drawstring bag. So that's 3 to be repurposed, 3 to be finished off, 1 duvet cover to mend, and a partridge in a pear tree. And I've got a load of fabric here that I know I'm not going to use. Oh no, that's not true. I found some bags that I'd cut out and not finished as well with the fabulous crazy fabric from IKEA. So I'd cut out 4 zipper bags like this. So I found some zips. I got one in pink and one in yellow because I got enough of these kind of shapes to make 2 different shaped bags. So I thought I might start the process of these as well. Look out some lining and cut the lining, and interfacing if I want to do interfacing. So that's all ready to go when I'm in a sewing mood. That's my plan anyway. I'll probably lose momentum. Dan and I are going to run some errands. Oh, do you know, I'm wanting to go and check my peer books today. Oh, I can do that later though. I might walk down there. Yeah, Dan and I are going to go and run some errands. We've got some shopping to get for pizzas tonight. And we need to go and get a curtain track to put up Phoebe's new curtains, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Because we know how to have a good time on our day off.
To admit as well, but
we go to exciting places like Dunelm and Asda. Well, it is now 4:45. I've not picked the camera up all day because I have been up to my eyeballs and doing all the things I said I would do. It's crazy. So I'm going to show you what I finished. And the 2 boxes I mentioned with mending sewing stuff are completely empty. No more boxes gathering dust on the floor in the kitchen. Amazing. So I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up, then I'll show you what I've been up to. Okay, I didn't actually do everything that I said I was going to do. That was a lie because I didn't do the altering of the bags. But I did all of the mending that was in one of the boxes. I made a cushion cover for Phoebe's V-shaped reading pillow, which I've been meaning to do for the better part of this year. I mended one of Dan's shirts. I mended a couple of pillowcases. I mended our duvet cover. And I did what I wanted to do to the tabs for the bags. And I put together the 2 bags with zips that I said about as well. So first of all, the ones with tabs. Oh my goodness, I did such a terrible job. Really earning the name dodgy bag. I'm just going to show you them from afar. You don't need to see just how dodgy these are. These are true dodgy bags. So here's one. This is all with crazy fabric that I got from IKEA years ago. But here we go. This one's got one of my dodgy bag pins, one of the original sparkly ones, which were a mistake and ended up selling them to raise money for charity. So I don't have any more of these, but it certainly earned its place on here, especially as I didn't have any pink thread, so I just did it with white thread and used the Sharpie to colour in the thread pink. No one's going to know except you and me. This is one of my cute little sock size bags. I love these because they're really boobly bobbly. I don't know what boobly bobbly is, but that's what this is. So yeah, love it. And then I got the one, this was a Kath Kidston thing that came with a Kath Kidston sewing book years ago. And it wasn't for this kind of bag, but I was never going to make it. So it's been turned into a dodgy drawstring bag with really dodgy tabs. In fact, this one's probably the least dodgy of the lot. It's still got the dodgy bag pin on it. But it's really cute though, I like that fabric. And then the 2 zippered ones, I just cut up. You would have seen me doing my very dodgy cutting of old school shirts that girls have grown out of, washed them, ironed them, used them for lining fabrics. I did one with the yellow zip. And it's got quite a wide box bottom. So you can open it quite nice and wide to see your knitting or crochet project in there. I really like the size of this one actually. I literally just cut it to match the fabric that I had. And yeah, nice deep box bottom. Very pleased with that. Didn't put any tabs or adornment on it. Same with this one, just cut it to the size of the fabric that I had, did exactly the same, wide box bottom, like that. So cute the way it goes round like that. And I did that one with the pink zip, and they both lined with old school shirt, cut in a very unprofessional, wonky manner. I'm so pleased. I am so pleased that that's all done, and I don't have the 2 boxes that have been there for ages. Thrilled. Just goes to show, doesn't it? You put these things off because you're like, oh no, I've got other things to do. But the feeling you get from achieving things that you've been putting off is like nothing else. And it's occupied my mind, kept my mind busy instead of worrying about stuff. And I've had a nice productive day. Oh, I cut myself out there saying the A word so that I didn't set all of your ones off. That was a reminder going off because I have to go and get something out of the washing machine. Okay, I am going to go and pour myself a big glass of water. All day whilst I've been sewing, I've been listening to How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. Love it. What a great story. He has just met F. Scott Fitzgerald, for anyone who has read the book. You'll know where I am. Oh, I just love it. What a good book. So, and the narrator's doing a good job. I particularly like the way he narrates the voice for Henrique. Just, it's so good. Yeah, so that's been a really lovely day listening to an audiobook and getting stuff done. I've still got a little pile of stuff like the bags and a few other bits to mend that I've got to deal with, but deal with them I will. But right now I'm going to go and do some cross stitch and drink my water. Oh, I've had a lovely couple of hours sitting doing my cross stitch, and now I've suddenly got a bit of crochet mojo. I think because I was watching the crochet podcast. Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head what the name of it is, but it was the girl that commented yesterday when I was doing the answering questions. I'll put the name on the screen, I'll link her underneath, because I was thoroughly enjoying it. I'm only halfway through, looking forward to watching more of that later. I still think it's Saturday today, but it must be Friday because it's pizza night. Yeah, anyway, did I say I had a crochet mojo, so I've got that out to work on some crochet. I put the ironing basket up there because we're going to do some ironing tomorrow. But if I put it any lower down, the cat that we don't have will try and get in it. I'm now going to put the toppings on my pizza. We get asked about this a lot. I've linked it a couple of times over Vlogtober, but I'll say again, has Dan been noisier of his duties again?
Sorry everybody, but if I don't do it, she will put me in the cupboard.
In the cupboard? In the coal shed with the boiler and the mice. What was I just saying?
You were saying about, we've mentioned about the pizzas a few times.
Oh yes, it's the recipe is Emma's Goodies. It's a YouTube channel called Emma's Goodies. She's ever so good. She does some amazing recipes, but one of her recipes for pizza is called something like the under 50 calories a slice pizza. That's not why. Well, actually, originally it was, because at the time I was doing calorie deficit, but really it's just a really simple, tasty recipe for a really thin and crispy pizza, which is what we prefer. Really easy to make. You just make it and roll it out. You don't need to prove it or anything.
One pizza base takes less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. So it's really, really simple, and it comes out really nice. So that's why we have it. So tonight on my pizza, I am going to be having mozzarella, feta, courgette, nice tomatoes. Oh, what were they called? The tomatoes in Lidl?
They were called marvellous tomatoes.
Marvellous tomatoes I'm going to have. Not just any tomato, marvellous tomatoes.
Marvellous.
And I think I'm going to have my usual... I might go half my pizza with my usual caramelised onion chutney and half with some jalapenos.
Ooh!
You are so noisy.
I'm not noisy.
I'm just vlogging here.
Well, if I don't do what I'm doing, then you won't get to have your dinner, will you?
I'm working very hard to prepare my own pizza.
Working hard, my backside.
Lilia's boyfriend is staying for dinner tonight, so the last few weeks it's just been 3 of us for Friday night pizza, but tonight it's 5 of us, so Dan's had to push the boat out and make 5 pizza bases. Right, I can't do anything because my hands are now covered in cheese, so I'm going to wash my hands and turn my camera off. Lilia's boyfriend has just been impressed by my lava lamp. He'd never spotted it before. He says he wants one for his room. I haven't put it on I've had it on the last week or so, but I really do like my lava lamp. I might see if I can get one that looks less like a spaceship, like a sophisticated lava lamp. Mind you, the juxtaposition of lava lamp and very old family heirloom, and this, the Bakelite, I want to say clock, but it's not a clock, it's a telephone. It's because my dad, when he first moved down to London from Scotland, worked for BT, and they were having a big clear out, and he got this one and one of the old ones where you have, a mouthpiece and earpiece separate. But I don't know what happened to it when my mum moved. I've got a feeling it might have got broken. Anyway, that's my lava lamp, which isn't actually coming out terribly well. I have overindulged in walnuts. I put some walnuts in a dish and I might have
Eaten them all.
but I put too many in the dish to begin with. Ugh. Yeah, so happy Friday night. It's been very peaceful and lovely, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, Phoebe's gone upstairs now to join a conversation with her friends. They've all got filters which make them look like they've got wolf ears. And Lilia and her boyfriend are upstairs watching films and a marathon kind of thing. And we are watching Rush Hour 2 because we so enjoyed Rush Hour. And we love Jackie Chan.
Yes, we do.
So we'll see you tomorrow for Saturday. Actual Saturday, not pretend Saturday like today has been. Hopefully I won't have a walnut hangover. See you tomorrow.
Bye. See you tomorrow.